Thank you, sir. Distinguished guests, now Honorable Director General, Military Operations, Major General Nauman Zakaria, Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military, will enlighten us about Pakistan's contributions in United Nations peacekeeping operations.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the merciful, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, in the next about 10 minutes, I'll give a very short and a forceful glimpse of Pakistan's historic contributions to the peacekeeping operations all over the world. Excellency, I'll start with a statement of the Father of the Nation, which lays down the foundation of our peacekeeping operations, a very strong message that I would love to read out. Our foreign policy is one of friendliness and goodwill towards all the nations of the world. We believe in the principle of honesty and fair play in national and international dealings, and are prepared to make our utmost contribution to the promotion of peace and prosperity amongst the nations of the world. And the last sentence, the one I'm about to read, is really to be focused at. Pakistan will never be found lacking in extending its material and moral support to the oppressed and suppressed people of the world and in upholding the principle of the UN Charter. Based on this statement, Pakistan's principles which govern our deployment in peacekeeping operations are four cardinals actually: professionalism, responsibility, impartiality, and respect for the host country. For Pakistan, the United Nations offers a unique forum to manifest our resolve for bringing peace and tranquility around the globe. Pakistan's journey with UN peacekeeping operations started only when this country was 13 years old, and our first mission was deployed in the Democratic Republic of Congo way back in 1960. Since then, we have contributed about 46 missions over 4 continents in 28 countries. And I'm proud to tell you that we have remained amongst the top peacekeeping countries, troop contributing countries, for 18 years in the UN system. And we have been deployed all over the world. By far, our largest deployment has been in Congo, where we have so far contributed more than 73,000 troops. Right now, as we stand today, Your Excellency, out of the 14 active missions in the globe, we are deployed in 9 of them. We have more than 4,400 troops, ladies and men, contributed towards this. We are the 6th largest troop contributing country today, with our largest deployment in Democratic Republic of Congo, about 1,975 troops. And we continue to uphold our pledge to contribute as and when the United Nations calls. Prospectively speaking, and as we stand right now, our deployment of an aviation unit in Mali is underway, and in March we will be deploying a military engineer task force also in our UN mission in South Sudan. A word about the selection of the peacekeepers, which we are very proud to uphold as the principle. I assure you, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, that we select the best of the best. Pakistan Army is a battle-hardened army, and amongst those, the troops which participate in law enforcement operations are very carefully weaned and selected. Just like that, as we select our officers through a very competitive process, the senior officers which we deploy, Your Excellency, in United Nations headquarters are also done seeing their background experience and their competency as required by the United Nations. And the place we're standing today, NUST, particularly CIPS, is the place which gives us the foundation of training of all these ladies and gentlemen that serve under the blue flag. We follow, in order to convert a soldier into a highly trained and effective peacekeeper, Your Excellency, we undertake 4-tiered progressive training regime, where after the stringent selection criteria, the trainers in each body of troops are brought to CIPS here and undergo extensive courses, which is followed by their training in the contingents wherever they are in the field. And while they are being trained, the faculty of CIPS oversees them, evaluates them constantly, which is followed by a corrective training of 2 weeks. Last but not the least, when we deploy these contingents in the mission area, we again put them through mission-specific training as per the environment and requirement of each mission. And that is one of the reasons, Your Excellency, that Pakistani troops have always been, and I give you this pledge, shall remain in high demand in the UN system. Something which Director Nust also mentioned, and we are very proud to tell you this, that we have total commitment to gender mainstreaming. So far, we have contributed 400 female peacekeepers who have served under the blue flag. We are also one of the first countries to deploy exclusive female engagement team in Congo, and we are also very proudly contributing towards the United Nations Integrated Training Services team, wherein our ladies and our officers go over all across the globe in various peacekeeping training institutes and act as mentors and instructors in every part of the world. Restoration of rule of law, as we all know, is very important in the UN peacekeeping system. And I can very proudly say today, standing here, that we have contributed 45 formed police units in 5 United Nations missions. And a very challenging task. Most of the places, they are taking the places of the regular troops and maintaining stability in those troubled regions of the world. We also have the honor of one of our very brave police officers, Shahzadi Gulfam, has the honor of being bestowed upon the International Female Policekeeper Award of 2011. Your Excellency, we believe that no amount of sacrifice is enough in upholding the principles of the United Nations and its charter. So in their duty of the global peacekeeping operations, we have 157 peacekeepers who gave the ultimate sacrifice, including 24 officers. And 96 of them were proud recipients of Dag Hammarskjöld Medal. You would be best placed to see the impact our troops are putting on ground, but I would just like to cover a few things on the next 2 slides. We have been instrumental in conducting peaceful elections and referendums in mission areas. We have a major share in disarmament of thousands of rebels in multiple conflict zones. We have participated or led demining operations in about 125 square kilometers of area. Apart from that, capacity building of local police, armed forces, and law enforcement agencies is obviously one of the regular tasks of our troops. As far as socio-economic impact is concerned, Your Excellency, I assure you that Pakistani troops have always gone beyond their mandate to take care of the host communities, whether they be free medical treatments, rehabilitation and patronization of education facilities, vocational training of the local population, projects to undertake economic revitalization and establishing rule of law, engaging marginal strata of society through female engagement teams, or development of communication infrastructure and airfields. Going ahead, Your Excellency, we understand that the future peacekeeping environment is likely to become even more complex and will require robust peacekeeping mandates. They would also require a comprehensive and integrated approach to peacekeeping apart from absorption of high-tech capabilities and highly responsive and agile contingents. While all of this will be required, the peacekeeper herself or himself will have to be dynamic in thought and training with better public management skills. And our complete focus is to assure that we are up to the futuristic challenges. And the capstone doctrine or action for peace, which Your Excellency himself espoused, remains the focus of our training to prepare our future peacekeepers to undertake the future challenges. We remain committed, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, to keep providing highly trained, optimally equipped, and agile military and police contingents. We will continue to fulfill our obligations toward United Nations peacekeeping readiness system, of which we are a very proud and active member. While we do that, we continue to look at providing incessant and robust peacekeeping support to Action for Peace initiative. As before, Pakistan, the state of Pakistan will continue to partake in the intellectual and training contributions. As far as female peacekeepers are concerned, we would ensure, Your Excellency, gender mainstreaming, and by mid of 2020, Pakistan Army, the police forces would have fielded 90 female peacekeepers additional to the system. And last but not the least, I, on behalf of Chief of Army Staff and Rector Nust, would like to thank you for agreeing to break the ground of our brand new purpose-made facility of the Peacekeeping Training Institute, which will serve as a model Peacekeeping Training Institute. And going ahead, Your Excellency, will definitely love to have your support to accredit it as a regional UN-accredited Peacekeeping Training Institute. I thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you, sir, for your perspicacious contemplation about Pakistan's contributions in United Nations peacekeeping operations. Worthy guests, I would now request Lieutenant General Maqsood Ahmed, Hilal-e-Imtiaz Military, retired, to share his imperative thoughts on contemporary challenges to peacekeeping, need for a paradigm shift to action for peacekeeping.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Secretary General, Rector Nust, Chief of General Staff, distinguished guests, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum. I'm thankful for inviting me to speak on the subject of contemporary challenges to peacekeeping, need for a paradigm shift to actions for peacekeeping.